Hey guys, it's me, producer Ross, and welcome to another edition of my ITFC. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined by good old Kevin Painter. How you doing, my friend, during these weird times? And have you been able to play some darts?
How's it going, Ross? No, I'm all right, mate. I haven't played much darts at all. In and out of lockdown, we've done little bits here and there, but in January, just like everyone else, just eager to get back out and get on it. Well, I was born in Billericay, but I lived pretty much all my life, up until I was 30, down in Tiptree. So being like North Essex and that, I sort of got into, being an Ipswich fan through that. A lot of my mates when I was a kid and that, Man United, Liverpool fans and things like that. So, but I thought I'd do a bit different. I could have gone to Colchester, I suppose. It was a little bit nearer, but made the right decision and went to Ipswich.
Now, it'll be interesting to know, what was your first town game? Can you remember?
Yeah, well, just about. My first game was, we beat Leeds 1-0. I think it was either 75 or 76. And Kevin Beattie scored from the halfway line.
Oh, yes.
I was there standing on a crate like you used to in the old days. I think I was about 7 then. So, we had a free kick right on the halfway line, and Beattie just booted it, and David Harvey, the keeper, come out, sailed right over his head and in. So I think that was 75. So that I do remember that. Yeah. I mean, Mariner was my favourite player back then. Just a great all-round player. He had everything: speed, great in the air, good on the floor for a big man. He was my favourite player, and I had all the posters up on the wall, like you do. But I like, in the more modern times, Matty Holland. I mean, he's 100% commitment. Fantastic player, Matty. Marcus Stewart, love Marcus Stewart. Just a cool customer in front of goal. Great ability. Them sort of players. I like them type of players. I like to give it all players like Matty Holland. I mean, it's great captain for us. But yeah, back in the day, Mariner was definitely my favourite. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was lucky enough to be around in the 80s, and watching that style of football was fantastic. So there's a lot of games from there, but probably my favourite game would have been the playoff final. For me in 2000, it was a great game, not just because we won it. It was just a great game that day anyway. 4-2, decent football match. So that, the semi-final, I couldn't actually go to the 5-3 home game when we beat Bolton because I was playing in a pro darts tour in Canada. So I was gutted to sort of miss that. But obviously the next best thing there was going to the final at Wembley and that. So, it's a great day. As I said earlier, I was lucky enough to be around when we used to play fantastic football. Bobby Robson, not just a great manager, he's a great person as well, weren't he? And the football back then was just something else. We used to go to games wondering how many we were going to win by, not if we were going to win. It was that good. It very rarely got beaten, especially at home. And just a great manager. Obviously, later on, George Burley done okay. I thought Magilton done all right when he was with us. We've had some bad ones, obviously, but fortunately for me, being the age I am, I got to experience some football that some of the obviously younger fans and that just wouldn't have seen. So I'm quite lucky with that. So thanks to Bobby Robson, that I'm happy about that. Back to that playoff semi-final, the first leg, when we drew 2-2 at Bolton. Marcus Stewart's first goal there was an absolute screamer, weren't it? The 35-odd yarder. At the time, we were 2-0 down. if Bolton had scored again before we did 3-0, that's game over and probably the whole tie over. But that goal was absolutely brilliant, and that got us back in the game. And his second one was up there with it as well. You know, he's so cool in front of goal. I mean, just a check back and left two of them on the floor, chipped it into the far corner. Two great goals that day. We come out of there with a 2-2 draw, and then obviously back at our place, and the rest is history. But them two Stewart goals were pretty classy for me. Yeah, great stuff. Well, I like back again. I'm going back to the old days again, if you like. I like the Pioneer kit, you know, with the stripes. I thought that was a lovely kit, and especially the away kit, the black. It was black and white, weren't it? I like that. It was decent. I mean, a lot of people go on about the kit with the lace in it, and I actually bought that kit, but I took the lace out because I thought it looked stupid. But I think I've still got all the old kits and everything. I think if I dug it out again, I'd put the lace back in because it looks a bit better now than it did back then. But yeah, it's a bit of a standout kit, that. I mean, I had the orange one as well, never wore it. It was just in case back them days when the kit come out, you'd buy it. And now it's not like today, there's thousands of kits about and everything. You know, back then it was one every 2 years, I think, and things like that. So, yeah, but the Pioneer kit for me was the best.
What do you think of this year's kit, of course, with the the retro badge to celebrate the anniversary of the UEFA Cup? Do you like it?
Yeah, I do like it. I haven't got it, but I do like it. It's nice, and with the Carers Trust thing on it as well, I think that was a nice touch by the club. Got something right for the first time in recent times, and that's how. Yeah, I thought that was a nice touch putting that on there. But yeah, it is a decent kit. I have to say, it's one of the better ones from the recent years, I think. Yeah. Back in the 80s when we lost the semi-final against Man City, I was 13 then. I can remember being particularly sick about that. We should have been 4 or 5-0 up at half-time. I think Alan Brazil missed an absolute sitter. And then the game changed after that, and we ended up getting beat in the extra time. Yeah, free kick, Paul Power. That was a signal. We should have won everything that year. Yeah, we won the UEFA Cup, but we should have won the FA Cup and the league that year. It was just a travesty. We played so many games that year as well. Not like now where you got like 25 players you can use. We had 13 players or 12 players back then, and we were brilliant. So it was a shame that. But in more recent times, just basically the point of us being in League One, I think that's a disgrace. We should never be there. All right, we're not, we ain't got a God-given right not to be in League One, but we shouldn't be there. And last year, to not make the playoffs with the squad we had, I think that is absolute. It's criminal that to come 11th in League One. And people, you say what you want, but everyone's got their own opinion. But I believe we've got the players that we put out on the pitch. Give or take 1 or 2 of them, they're all up for. They're capable of doing the job. I think they're capable of getting out of this league without too much sweat on it either. But it's just a style of play that they're either not responding to Lambert, or the instructions he's given them, they're just not coping with it, and it's a mess, really. I mean, we should be getting out of this league easy with this squad, So for a worse moment, getting relegated, the only sort of consolation about when we went down is I think everybody knew we was going to go down from about September. It weren't like a last day thing where it's, goal in the last minute sends you down or anything like that. That's probably hard to take. But we knew we was down by December, so you just sort of got used to it. So, but the whole worst moment thing is us being in this league. I think it's a joke, and obviously the standard of football. Yeah, of course it's poor. The standard of refereeing is abysmal. We got to get out of here quick. We got to do it this year. I think Carl Fuller mentioned this to you the other week. Me and him managed to get an invite to Paul Mariner's 60th birthday party in the town there was only 14, 15 of us there. So on a personal, and to me, as the first time I'd ever met him as well. And his mate who arranged it, was a surprise party. He got us an invite to come over and said, "Can you make it?" I said, "Yeah, too right we can," sort of thing. And it was nice because obviously Terry Butcher were there, Walkie and their wives, and other friends and family there. So it was a great day. That on a personal thing, that's great. You meet your hero. You know, I remember watching him when I was 6, 7, 8 years old, and then to go to his birthday party and have a few beers with him was fantastic. You know, so that has to be it for me. You know.
Cool. And I want to end this video actually on yourself, because you're a pro dart player. Have you always appreciated the fan support? When you've played at the World Championships, darts is like you have like football fans really that go and watch. So I know when you are playing, normally you have a lot of support from town fans. Do you always appreciate that?
Yeah, it's obviously it's great playing in front of obviously football's obviously got bigger crowds and that, but we regularly played in front of 4,000 or 5,000, at the darts and that, and sometimes bigger than that. It's fantastic. It's a great feeling being up there and playing. And yeah, regularly there was Ipswich fans in the crowd. I remember when I beat Raymond van Barneveld in the quarterfinals of or last 16 of the World Championships a few years back. And as I was walking up some stairs to go to the interview room, some guy chucked an Ipswich scarf around my neck. And I sat in the interview room wearing it. But yeah, obviously it's great, and I'm hoping I can get back up there as well, because not quite finished yet, hopefully.
Definitely. Well, Kevin, it's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
No, just thanks for giving us a chance to come on, Ross. I've enjoyed it, mate.